Welcome back, YouTube, as we enter the final day of the trial. Mr. Will Powers.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement.
In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call upon people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear.
Very well.
Edgeworth seems a bit on the edge today.
You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez. I'm a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2? As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here.
Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay.
Right.
If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Phoenix. Technical foul, assessed to Phoenix Wright. Excessive simping. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp and ended at 4 o'clock. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. Found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all.
That was a lot of testimony. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you?
The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk with that monkey's head toppling over.
I see. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination?
This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. Phew. Okay. I don't want to press all, because I don't think all the statements are needed to be pressed. So I'm gonna, what interests me the most, I will press. See, like stuff like this been established, right? SEC give us more information, more than we know. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Is it? Okay. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal? No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. She committed murder during that break. She wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. I had some evidence that proves she didn't eat that steak. Well, Nick, find anything? I kind of wish she'd said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said somewhere. Oh, that was the last statement? Why this is because there were T-bone steaks on this plate, but it wasn't T-bone steaks on the other plate. The ones that was in front of the whatchamacallit. It'd be nice if that was presented as evidence. The plates that were in front of Studio 2 trailer. Huh, as I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak, but I say you did not.
What's this now, Mr. Wright?
Look at this.
It's a plate?
This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. How is the court supposed to know that if it's not presented to evidence? The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator.
I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai.
Order. Are you saying?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak. She ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands.
Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous?
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as the rest. Very well. Let us have a little battle of wits, you and I. I would like to see her wits. Her witties. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of a petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? She think we're dumb. Of course you can't. That's why you brought it up. I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Huh. You see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What?
What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body.
I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon.
Wrong, Mr. Wright.
But I haven't said anything yet.
I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the wrong evidence.
I can sense it too, with my fey blood. Fuck your blood. Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Enough with all the sensing. Right. Okay, here's the real evidence, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Okay, I picked this picture because it shows how somebody else died from a sharp object. Did I not pick that? Pretty sure I picked that. Let me try it again. Okay. Is it the murder weapon itself? I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that the spear broke during the morning action scene run-through. But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Alright. I guess I'll jump the gun a little bit.
Order! Order!
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Cut him off. Silence. I thought we was gonna cut him off. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? I guess we probably picked him out.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer?
Of course. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? Yes.
I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see the murder weapon.
Alright, now we present the picture. Look at this photo.
What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order! Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about?
You know what? I was thinking about ending the episode, but we gonna rock with it. Let's get it. This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth? You still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying... Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again. You know what? Alright. Should I end the episode here? You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much left is this trial. From the look on Phoenix's face. For the look on Phoenix's face, look like it's coming to a close. And Fuck it. Episode will be a little bit longer than usual. I also had to edit out the part of me fucking up.
Mr. Wright, continue.
It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way he caused another man to die 5 years ago? Precisely. I was thinking, you know what? I was thinking the word precisely in my brain. You know, Phoenix, you know what I'm saying? Great minds think alike. Ironic, isn't it? Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer, all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I dispose of the body? That's too easy. The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time.
Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body?
You'd be surprised. I bet she could do it. You know what? I don't like the way he just worded that, bro. Kind of make me seem like I picked the wrong one. When people think their life depends on it, they can do amazing things.
Mr. Wright, this is not an episode of That's Incredible.
Ezra, don't say that, bro. I'm already mad. I just picked the wrong answer. Your face finna piss me off. You claim she did everything in 15 minutes? Let me guess. Show me proof. Correct. Show me proof. How am I supposed to do that? And I won't have you making substantiated claims. Wait a second. How does he know what I'm thinking? Huh. I need only look at the cold sweat running down your face to know what you're thinking.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to reconsider your claim?
I picked that one because how could one move from one place to another is the fucking van. I missed the first line. If there was another line. I had my eyes closed when I was talking. Forgive me, y'all. I was sleepy. What if she had another way to carry the body other than with her own hands? For instance, actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. There was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then.
Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body.
A fucking duh. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. You know what? I got a feeling this is gonna drag on longer than I thought. So I'm in the episode right there. So I'll catch y'all next episode. I'm gonna record the next one immediately after this one. Peace out.